Welcome to the channel. My name is Nolan. In today's video, I have got the cheapest Traxxas Slash project out with me, my Traxxas Slash two-wheel drive. As you can see, I'm still running the Summit Link Baja bug body, which I will go ahead, leave link down below. Comes in around 30 to 35 bucks, and it's pre-painted, and the holes are already drilled, and it fits perfectly on a Slash two-wheel drive as well as a Slash four-wheel drive, and I think it really completes the look, makes this thing look awesome. Also still running the Proline Hyrax SCXL tires, which are huge tires. They're wearing a little bit faster than I would like. I went ahead and I switched the front tires onto the back and the back onto the front, because as you can see, the rear ones have much better tread compared to the front ones. And that's after just one bash on my two-wheel drive. One or two, maybe two bashes. So I'm worried these tires are going to wear down pretty fast. They're just the M2 medium compound. We'll just have to see about the longevity, but they do hook up pretty well overall. We're going to run a 4-cell pack today. If you haven't been watching the whole progression of this build, by the way, like I said, it's the cheapest Traxxas Slash. It started off as the cheapest ready-run Slash you could buy. At the time, which was about 2 years ago, I bought this for 190 bucks from A-Main Hobbies, and it has a whole load of goodies on it at this point. I highly recommend you check out the playlist. I'll leave a card in the corner. But quick rundown, we're running the Castle Copperhead 10 ESC, which is a 4S ESC combined with a 3200 kV, I think it's a 1412 Castle censored brushless motor. You can tell it's censored by the wire plugging in here to the back of the motor. It's also got the Drag Slash 272R transmission. It's got some heavy-duty hardened steel drive shafts from Integy, the Proline Power Stroke shocks on the front and the back. A lot of RPM upgrades, RPM suspension arms all the way around, RPM shock towers. It's got the low center of gravity conversion kit from Traxxas, which I highly recommend if you want your Slash two-wheel drive to handle and not flip over, because it lowers the center of gravity quite a bit. The battery normally sits way up here on the stock chassis, so it brings it down probably an inch and a half or two and makes this thing so much more stable. Also got the Hot Racing sway bar kit on the front as well as the back. But that's enough babbling. I'll go ahead, throw the 4-cell pack in, and we'll get started ripping. Should be a heck of a lot of fun. All powered up, time to rock and roll. Here we go. You can see when it actually gets grip, it just pulls wheelies. It's just a wheel stand monster. We got to get a launch with this thing. Ready, get set, go! I can't even get this thing up to pin. There's just no way. One thing that I've had a hard time getting used to with two-wheel drive machines is just the fact that as soon as you hit the brakes, it just locks them up. So the braking is not nearly as good, obviously, on a two-wheel drive machine compared to a four-wheel drive machine. I much prefer the feel of a four-wheel drive machine braking because it brakes all four wheels. So it doesn't spin out the same way a two-wheel drive machine does. All right, time to go ahead and jump this thing. All right, take her right to the edge of the parking lot right there. And it's looking clear, so let's build up some speed. That's some pretty good air. Turn my power off. What keeps on happening is it keeps on triggering my on-off switch. My on-off switch broke. One complaint about the Castle systems, at least this particular ESC, is it has a super flimsy on-off switch, and the actual switch itself broke. Like, you can get down in there, but you have to use a key. So I find myself using my key to get down in there to switch the on-off switch back on, which is why I always leave it on. But like on big impacts, I think it flips it back to off, which is kind of annoying. But let me get her turned back on. I'll be right back with you guys. Well, unfortunately, guys, that was not the issue. I thought it was on-off switch, started messing with it, realized when I peeked in here, my actual negative cable broke. So it's done that in the past. I actually had to resolder it, and my solder came undone. Let me get the body off, show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I actually had to repair this. I had to solder it, and the solder actually broke. So that's why we lost power. And then I might have accidentally switched it off as well. Well, that's highly unfortunate, but what can you do? That happens a lot, actually. A lot of times, stuff just doesn't go as planned with bashing RCs. Even though this video is short, if you did enjoy it, go ahead, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and stay tuned for the next video once I get this thing fixed up. So, see you guys later.